Hey, what's up guys? In this video, I'm going to show you how to remove the driver's side fender on a 2017 Honda CRV. And to do this, you do need to remove the front bumper cover and the headlight. And rather than make this video really long, I got two separate videos on how to remove the front bumper and then also the headlight. And I'll link to those in the description below. Alright, so once you got your headlight and bumper off, we're going to move on to removing this back cap over here by the side mirror. So open the door up, and then again with the plastic pry tool, we're going to come in behind here and wedge it between this cap and the jamb of the door here and pry out on it. And you'll pop these clips here loose. Sometimes these clips stay on the car. If they do, just remove them with a clip tool or a flathead and then just slide them back onto this before you go to put it back on. And next we're going to remove this wheel opening molding. The front should be loose from when we took the bumper off, but we're going to go back towards the back here, and in the back right underneath here is a Phillips screw that needs to come out. And then right here is another fender clip. We're going to take it out using a clip tool or a flathead. Again, just like the one that we removed before, taking the headlight out. And then we have a clip right here that was like the one that we took off when we were removing the bumper. And then a Phillips screw right down here in the bottom. I'm using a ratchet with a stubby Phillips bit, but if you have a regular screwdriver, you can just turn the wheel to the left if you're working on the driver's side, and that way you can get access to this Phillips screw. And then just pull out on the molding, popping these clips loose until you get to the bottom here. And when you get down here, all these white clips should be out from the fender, but you can still tell that something's holding it. And what's holding it is that little tab right there. Let me see if I can focus. All right, right there. And just take a flathead screwdriver or a pry tool, and we're going to push in on that little tab right there while pulling out on the molding. So that tab right there as well as pushing on. And then we got one more tab, and it's in, you can kind of see my finger right there, it's in behind right here. So what I'm doing is I'm going in behind there and I'm kind of curling my finger around like that, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull in on the tab like that. So I'm going in behind and I'm pulling in on the tab and releasing it, and then just pull the molding off. And then next we're gonna have to remove this clip that goes through the fender liner into the fender, and to do this we're gonna need a small flathead and maybe a hook tool. So how these clips work is there's two tabs on either the top and bottom or the front and back, and when you click it into the fender, they expand and hold the fender liner in place. Now from the factory, you don't know if they put it in where the tabs are front and back or top and bottom. So I always start out with a flathead, and I'll come in at the front, and the goal is try to push the front tab in to see if that's how this clip is aligned. So while I'm pulling out a little bit on the fender liner, I'm slipping the flathead between the fender liner and the fender to try to push that tab. And you'll feel it give if it's in the front, so it doesn't feel like it is. So now we're gonna go top and bottom. So I'm going at the top, and you can just see the clip give right there. So that means the tabs are on top and bottom. So push that top one out and then hold out on the fender liner to keep the clip from seating back in, and then come from the bottom here. And it releases the clip. And so that is what those tabs look like. That's what we're pushing in on. Now, if they are in the front and back, we're gonna come at the front with the flathead, push that first tab, hold out on the fender liner, and then come in with a pick tool. And you're gonna have to come from behind and then pull towards you and use that pick end to push the tab in. These are really easy to break. Sometimes even if you do it right, you'll still break the tabs. But you can get replacement clips on Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description below where you can get these at. And next we're going to remove a series of bolts. They all require a 10mm socket. So we're going to start with the one that's down below here. And then the one behind that cap that we took out. One in front where we took the bumper off. And another one up top where we had to take that trim loose to get the headlight out. And then there's one more underneath here. Just grab a hold of this rubber and just kind of pull up on it. You can see it right there. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna push down on it to get that to release from underneath the fender. And we're just gonna pull that back and remove the bolt. And now we're just gonna grab a hold of the fender and pull it off. There's two spots where it might feel like something's still holding it on. Up top here, and then down below where we took those bolts out, it might feel like it's something still holding it. But basically it's just seam sealer that's kind of, doesn't really have it glued on, but it kind of makes it stick on. And then there's also two little hooks right here that hold there's like a back rubber cover on the back of the fender. There's two hooks back here that I'm just gonna be pushing, when I'm taking the fender off, I'm just be pushing in with my finger to release, and I'll show you guys that in a second. All right, so here's kind of the glue I was talking about. You can see there's some glue right there. And down here, I kind of glues the fender to the body. It makes it feel like it's something stuck, but that's all it is. You got to yank on it. And then on the back side of this cover here, you can see there's a hook there and a hook there. And they just hook into the back of the fender. So when I was taking the fender off, I just took my finger and I was just pushing it through the hole to release it from the fender. But that's it, guys. It's a lot of work, but it's how you remove the fender. Thanks for watching.